welcome to our webinar. Do you want to be number one? Do you want to be a champion? Do you want to be a VIP or even a Hollywood star? Then become a lobster. Welcome everybody to our webinar about the German-speaking markets, the opportunities, the chances. We got a fantastic session for you today, and thanks for listening. I can see many wonderful colleagues from all over the world attending, even from Asia, etc. It's amazing. Thanks for tuning in. I have my lovely colleague Laura here today, Laura Koenig. I will introduce you to her. Many people know her. She has been in the industry for many years, and she has been on the hotel side until actually 1 month ago before she joined Lobster. We are very happy to have Laura, and just move in here, please.
Hello.
So Laura will do the webinar together with me and give her input, her experience on the market. Laura did things like run the Shangri-La regional sales office in Frankfurt, the one and only Kürzner, the JD Muscat in Oman, and other things like that. Little properties, little jobs she had. We're happy to have you here with Lobster. And I'm gonna move on and start with the webinar. Yes, so thank you so much for being here. This was Vladimir Klitschko. Actually, he's a famous championship boxer and also one of our clients. He has a hotel in Kiev. It's called 11 Mirrors, and we're very proud to be working with him. He's an inspiration for us, and he inspires us because I have said before, do you want to be a champion? And this is something that he delivers all the time. We are what we share. He shares his thoughts, his knowledge, and he's an inspiration. I also mentioned, do you want to be a champion? And do you want to be number one? Because we have our number one luxury events. Also, we want to be with you. We want you to be the Hollywood star because we have a fantastic concept which is unique in the market. It's the Loop Light Film Festivals. I will tell you more about this later. So here, what are we going to talk about? The world of lobster. Why is lobster so credible in doing these events? We want to explain to you the German-speaking markets, our events and formats, your return on investment, and the team. The webinar will take about 20 to 25 minutes, and at the end of the webinar, please, if you have any questions, write them down now, and then we can, at the end of the session, also reply to your questions with pleasure. All right, now, lobster. This is the lobster universe, and the lobster universe consists out of the beautiful satellites surrounding the lobster universe. And first of all, we have our lobster collection, which means this is our sales and representation part. We have Little Lobster, which caters to the small, very individual, privately owned properties that maybe do not have so much budget, but do want to be in the network. We have Lobster Communications, our PR and communications department. Lobster Events. This is the part of our company that handles the events for third parties, for example, for New Zealand Luxury or for Costa Brava. We're doing different projects for them. And of course, our loops, which is the subject of our webinar today and why they can be so valuable for you. And of course, our 14 specialist service options. This means, would you like to have some ad hoc module services on the side, like fam trips, press trips, social media, campaigns, newsletter, organizing sales trips? These are different things you can book with us, and we're happy to help you and assist you with the best of them. Yes, and now we're going to talk about the logistics, the characteristics of the German-speaking markets. And I'm going to hand over to Laura so she can give you guys her input on this market. I'm just going to hand over the mic.
Hello. Lovely to have you all here listening to us. And as promised by Astrid, it's not going to be a very long session. I want to tell you that I used to be on your side until only a couple of months ago. I totally understand what hotels are looking for, and in particular, of course, we all want to know that we spend our dollars, pounds, or euros well and we get a return of investment. I've been working the German speaking markets and the rest of the world for that matter for many, many years. And I have to confess, the German market is a tricky one sometimes. It's very work intensive because look at this huge map. It is a great 84 million people country. Now, obviously, we cannot reach all 84 million, but we are doing our best to do so. It involves a hell of a lot of traveling. I've, by the way, just done a sales trip with a colleague from the JD Muscat, and we spent 4 days in the German market, starting in Munich, going to Frankfurt and to Cologne. We spent 4 days seeing our key partners and tour operators and some very, very key travel agents. We now have virtuoso agents in Germany, lots of traveler-made agencies. They're all worthwhile visiting. I drove over 2,000 kilometers in those 4 days, and we saw 19 people. And as I was driving on, I was thinking, my God, this is so exhausting for anyone coming to our country, wanting to meet the key people. There is no better way, not more economical and more efficient than attending one of these loop events. And I've been a great follower of these for years. It just makes sense to me to come to a hotel where Lobster brings in all the key luxury agents and all those lovely international hotels such as yours. And for 2.5 days, you have networking on the highest possible level. So long that you can even build relationships. And it's of course then up to you after the event to keep in touch with these people. But they love to have a personal contact in the hotel, and that will make all the difference, apart from being, of course, within the tour operator programs or having direct contracts, whatever the case may be. We are totally independent. Frankly, Astrid always says, we don't care how these people book as long as they bring you the business. And we want to make sure that you do get a return of your investment. Yes, it could be sounding a bit pricey, but frankly, if you were to visit all these people that we're bringing to Loop, individually, you'll be traveling 6 months, and it would be even more expensive. So all I can say is do any of the Loop events according to your budget. It's well worth the money spent. We are the experts here in the market, and we are on your side, and we are happy to help. And if you have any questions, please do send us an email, or you can post a little question here on this webinar system. So I hope this gives you a little insight into the German market and why it is so important to join up forces with us. We love to help, and I pass you back to Astrid, our top lobster. And I wish you all a wonderful afternoon. Bye now.
Well, thank you very much, Laura, for this insight. We also like to say it's, if you go to the UK and you do London and Chester, you're actually done. And as you can see, this is definitely not the case here. So, by the way, we have 11,400 travel agencies. In only Germany, we're not speaking about the wonderful Switzerland, Austria, and Luxembourg, which we are covering as well. So we are 100% sure that the most important factors for success in B2B market is the personal contact. We know that people buy from people, and this is a really strong USP we have because we love these travel agencies. We take care of them every month. We are available 24/7. We work with live communication at our events and create emotional events that will not only stay in the client's heads, but also in their hearts. So this is extremely important. And we do this really very, very passionate. So we have 6 formats for you, event concepts for you next year in 2019 that we have chosen very wisely. We have really given it a lot of thought. What is the most productive for you? How efficient, cost-wise? And so obviously the first one is our loop, the original one since 2014. We got our loop lights coming up. I will explain them in detail just in a second. We have our loop dinners, the more intimate networking opportunity, our lobster sales blitzes, Loop at ITB, and last but not least, our Loop Light Film Festivals, which is a concept that is unique in the market, unique in the B2B world, and it really does make a big difference. So let's start with Loop. Many of you know it, Luxury on Our Planet. We have done it 5 years now in a row in Frankfurt. We are moving next March to Hamburg, just simply because we're moving up north. There's no special reason, but we want to have after 5 years a change for all of us. And we're going to be at the famous Hotel Atlantic. It's actually like the Adlon in Berlin. It has a great reputation. The date is right after ATB. I have to say this is a coincidence. It's not because we think that so much, well, we have to do it, but this was the only availability of the hotel, but it's fine for those who do both, they can with pleasure. It's just 1.5 hours by train from Berlin to Hamburg, would be an option, does not have to be an option. So Hamburg is coming up, we are ready to go, and we just have a real great feedback. The next one is Loop Tirol in autumn again, in winter. The mountains are calling, same concept, same clients, high-end luxury buyers from Germany, Switzerland, and Austria. So about 80% German buyers go to Tirol, and Swiss and Austrian. So again, highly, highly productive for those who cannot make it in March. A new one is Loop Prague, just to mention on the side in case you're really interested in this highly potential Central Eastern European market. It's in June, so we cater to the best luxury travel buyers from the 14 Central Eastern European countries like Poland, Romania, Czech Republic, etc. So that's coming up. That's our 3 loops, here. So now we're coming to the Loop Lights. The Loop Lights, we have 2 editions, and you book all 4 events in one go, either in January or in October. And it's very nice because it's only 10 of us traveling, 10 partners, and in each city you will see the 30 top luxury travel agents in an evening format, in a quality speed dating format. We arrange all the travel, all the hotel accommodation, the travel from A to B to C. Actually, you just have to come in the first city, in this case Hanover, and book your return trip from Munich. In between, you don't have to worry, you just come with us. We do everything for you. It's a very convenient concept. You are our VIPs, of course, so highly successful. So 30 times 4 is 120 agents in one Loop Light edition series. Very productive. Our next one is the Loop Dinners. This is something where you can book the cities individually, so you can choose either or. Here, the cool thing is it's only 2 partners per evening and 1 lobster who will guide you through the evening. And so it's very intimate. It's about 20 to 25 of the top agents of each city. And you have not only the opportunity to do a presentation, but also because it's so intimate, to really talk to everybody. We can change seats in between the courses. So you have the opportunity to talk to everyone. And as you can see, we have also chosen cities that you maybe might not come across so quickly, but are super potential, like Basel, Leipzig, Luxembourg, for example. This is, or good Vienna, yes. But all the cities are very, very high potential markets. So our next ones are the lobster sales blitzes. This is like 4 of us, 4 to 5 of our hotels, of you, wonderful lobster friends, travel with us from city to city, Frankfurt, Cologne, Düsseldorf, or Munich, and Zurich, and we visit travel agencies every day. Plus, we have a nice luncheon with them, some of these, and an apéro after work. So we sit together. So it's a very personal cool concept where we go along. We are in October, as you can see, we are in Munich 2 days because there's just simply so much potential that it's worthwhile. And I'm going up to Zurich. Wonderful. ITB, for those who are really looking for luxury at ITB, which is difficult to find because everything is spread out and it's disappearing more and more, unfortunately. We have our booth, our luxury hotspot at ITB. This is a very limited space. We only have 10 tables, slots, and 4 table concepts. But it's a luxury hotspot. Everybody meets there who has to do with luxury. Don't allow anybody else. The appointments are not scheduled by us, but you can do this yourself. But because we're the hotspot, of course, we're like a magnet, and everyone who has to do with luxury will come by. And you got coffee, drinks. It's, of course, luxury environment at ITB. Now comes the Loop Light Film Festivals. As I mentioned before, it's a concept that is really unique in the B2B market. It is based on actually, it's you have to be the one that is creative. You are the one who can make a difference in your presentation, because as you know, it's getting very, very difficult to capture the people's attention with the normal PowerPoint presentations or corporate videos and so on. It's really, I think we're all getting tired of it. So we created a concept where you guys, based on a Hollywood movie, make a video of about 2 minutes. And we've done this last year in Munich, in the Kempinski. And we had a winner, of course. So the travel agencies sit there and watch the movies with popcorn, with a great atmosphere. We have a red carpet. It's like the Oscars of Hollywood. It's the Oscars of lobster, as you can say. And actually the winner was Login Hotels and Resorts in Croatia. And why did they had an amazing story. So you know the movie Castaway, I'm pretty sure, where Tom Hanks strands on an island after a plane crash. And with little things he had left, he tried to survive. And one of the things was a volleyball. And the volleyball became his silent friend. He was speaking to him, talking to him. He was his real friend, and he called him Wilson. So without Wilson, he would have really turned crazy. So then after his attempt to escape on a float, at one stage he was in the middle of the open ocean, had to take a decision if he splits up and departs from Wilson or not, or he will not survive. So he split up from his friend Wilson. And in the movie, as you know, it's all about what happens to Tom Hanks then. And nobody cared about the volleyball. But Login actually built a story about Mr. Wilson. And Mr. Wilson, oh my God, he lands on the beach of Login Hotels and Resorts in the middle of Croatia. And the spa manager walks by and picks him up and says, who are you? And he says, Wilson. And I said, oh, I think you need a spa treatment after this long trip on the ocean. So he goes to the spa. He then moves on to have room service, to do a wine tasting. At the end, he has a party at the pool and falls in love with another volleyball, Mrs. Wilson. Amazing story. The agents just were screaming and laughing, and all the movies, I have to say, were exceptional. From Back to the Future, it was all there. And the winner gets a golden lobster. Like you can see Dunja here, very proud. It was one thing that really is the case here. The agents, the market will never forget your product. They will always have this hook. And after the film showing the presentation, of course, you have a lot of time for networking with a great kitchen party and so going on. So we are going to be, as you can see, in Zurich, Düsseldorf, Hamburg, and Munich. You can also pick the cities individually and say, I only want to do Hamburg or Munich or Zurich. And by the way, we're also doing this in Warsaw and in Bucharest. So if you have the film already done, you might as well go to the Central Eastern European market with us as well. Yes, and to have a good overview, we have launched just our website now. Yesterday, actually, it's brand new. Here you can find all the formats and get more information. And I'm almost coming to the end. This is our wonderful team at Lobster. It's a fantastic, dynamic team. We really want to make it happen. We are rebellions. We are revolutioning things. We want people to change. And so actually I have a team here, especially for business development, for you guys to consult you and to help you if you have questions, what would be the right thing to do. So this is your first point of contact. And now I would please ask you if you have any questions to raise your hand, and I can see there's already one, and I'm gonna just read it out. Hi there, did you say that for Loop Light there are only 10 products attending? This is like a roadshow, I imagine. Are the products from all over the world? Do you target all departments? How many products are from Europe, Asia, Africa in percentage? I just want to get an idea. Excellent question, Lindsay. Absolutely. That's a lot of questions in one go. Okay, yes, only 10 products attending. This is correct. It's like a roadshow, yes, because we are going from city to city. And the products are from all over the world, yes, because we are visiting travel agencies that are selling all over the world. This is the nature of our German-speaking market. Yes, you have specialists, but the agents, obviously their clients, once they want to go to the Maldives, then they want to go to South America, then to Europe. So these are the guys that need to know you and need to know the different destinations. Target all departments. I mean, that's leisure. That's the leisure VIP luxury agent we are visiting. And the mix is 50-50, 50% long haul, 50% short haul. And that's really, I think I covered all your questions, Lindsay. Next one. Hi, would it be possible to download this presentation? Absolutely, Becky. We will send on Monday, an email will go out with all of you that have attended with the presentation again, so you can show it to somebody else and listen to it. Next question, Elena, hey, do you only cover German-speaking Switzerland or also French-speaking? Excellent questions. We are also covering the French-speaking part of Switzerland. Respectively, we are inviting them, of course, to our loops. Absolutely. That's an important market as well. And so we handle this as well. Can you scroll on? Is there any other questions? Anybody who raises his hand and wants to say something or only writing? No? Oh, here, Emmanuel. Yes. I'm going to open your mic now. Hello.
Hello, hello. Can you hear me?
I can hear you very well. You're calling from Greece, right?
Yes, Kalispera. Hello.
Hey, Kalispera. What is your question?
Actually, I would like to know, and thank you for the invitation for this lovely webinar. I would like to know how you are just making evaluation of the good agencies that you have to put on your schedule in every event that you are organizing.
Absolutely. Also great question. Okay, first of all, you have 30 years of experience sitting in this office. So since the last 30 years, we have been working this market. And, you know, as I mentioned, we're also a representation company. So my team and we travel every single month to visit these agents and to be in touch with them on an ongoing basis. So different to other event companies, like organizations that do this, like a shareholder value thinking, you know, beautiful events like ILTM or smaller ones either. They invite them once a year and that's it. But we have a personal contact the entire year. We ask them questions. We know how much revenue they do. We know which booking channels they're using, how many people there are, what is the name of the dog, of the owner. So we collect everything in our CIM, and we have selected actually 3 different segments in our database that from the top to the corona to the ones that want to grow, so we know actually everything about them. Did this answer your question?
Yes, pretty much. Thank you so much, Astrid.
Great. Well, thanks for calling in and greetings to Greet, right? Okay, ciao. Bye.
Bye.
There's another question in writing from Lindsay. Sorry, I know that I'm full of questions. I'm only able to attend one loop event for a product in Africa. Which would you say is the best exposure? Well, I would do either Loop Hamburg or Loop Tirol in autumn. It doesn't matter because we have there's only probably 10% of the agents that are the same in Hamburg and in Tirol. But again, for the big loops, we have about 50% long haul and 50% short haul, because these buyers that come, they need both. Again, they sell 360 degree, they sell in the entire world. And we do also make sure that we do not have too many hotels per destination, because we want to have the big variety. And I don't think it makes sense to have 10 hotels from the Maldives, but rather have 5. And then, they get the full concentration and the full power, the buying power. And that's really my answer to it. So it doesn't matter. It's a question, when are you available actually at the end of the day? Then we have Gary. Sorry, I'm late. Can we get the recording sent via email of this website? Absolute. Going out on Monday to you, definitely. Oh, Elena says, what about a loop in the UK? That's cool. I'm not so sure, Elena, because that's really not our expertise. Because I think we're very, very good at what we do here in the German market and the Central Eastern European markets, but definitely far away from doing that, because it's all about these personal relationships we have. Okay, there comes a smiley. Thank you. All right, let's see. I think that's it on the questions. All right, so then I would say thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for all your questions. And yeah, we want to say goodbye. Some of you I will see soon. We will see in 2019. Yeah. Most important, stay happy, stay successful, and stay healthy. Sending you lots of love from Frankfurt, and take good care, guys. Bye. Ta-ta. Bye.